All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Rakahakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well, and peace and salutations to you, Sincere Akim, pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking your lives and freedom to do so, now more so than ever. May the calling of election be upon your house. Be like Yahawashi. There's many things that we can learn from Yahawashi. Okay, one thing about Yahawashi is, he was about the Lord's work. He wasn't slothful. He wasn't a sluggard. He was diligent. He was teaching in the temples daily. You know, this is Romans chapter 12 and verse 11. It says, "Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord." And Yahawashi was serving the Heavenly Father Yahweh. And when he came through to be a sacrifice, he didn't let nothing get in his way to stop him from doing what he needed to do to teach the nation, to teach his disciples. His mother uh, was desiring to speak with him. He said, "Who are my mother? Who are my brother?" You know this Matthew chapter 12 and verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brethren? So Yahushua is like, Who are my mother, who are my brethren? It says, and he stretched forth his hands toward his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my mother. The same is my brother and sister and mother. So he was about the work. He cut off even his family ties. He didn't put his family over the work, you know. And there was another time when his parents were seeking him out. I believe at the tender age of 12 years old. All right. This is Luke chapter 2 and verse 42. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days as they returned, the child Yahushua tarried behind in Jerusalem. And Joseph and his mother knew not of it, but they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinfolk and acquaintance. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. So they was looking for him for like 3 days. It says, so they was asking him like, Yo, why would you do this? We've been looking for you and stuff. He said, and this is their firstborn. Verse 49. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business? And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them, because Yahushua knew what he was here to do. He was about finishing the Lord's work, okay, that he had to do, which was to be a lamb for the nation of Israel. All right, and Yahushua, he was tempted of the devil, right? But he overcame those temptations, and he never sinned. He was steadfast in the truth. And you had, uh, um, Peter was trying to tell him like, "Yo, I'm not gonna let you go," and give your life. And he was like, "Yo, you don't know what you're talking about," you know. Yahushua was adamant. He was what's the word I'm looking for? He was adamant about doing the work, man. He was diligent. He wasn't letting nothing stop him, man. Okay. Hebrews 12 and 1, it says, "Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience," which means the suffering, "the race that is set before us." Right. So whether it be your family, your woman, your job, all of these different distractions of the world, right? You got to set those things aside and focus on the running this race, all right, which is the kingdom. That's what we ultimately want to receive, is the kingdom. Okay. And all of this worldly shit, all of the even your own flesh, the things that you may want to do, uh, um they have to be put to the side. It says, "Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us," right? Because sin can beset you, man. Okay. Because when you sin, it throws off your conscience. It draws you away from the Most High. You be condemned by your own conscience, right? And then you don't feel worthy. You don't feel clean, man. You know that. So sin can beset you. Okay. Um, I want to look up the definition of that word beset, but it should mean to pretty much throw you off course. So that could throw you off. It says, "And let us run with patience the race that is set before us." Right? It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You gotta have patience and endurance when you run in a marathon. Right? You gotta endure. You gotta pace yourself, but at the same time, you can't, like, you gotta have a balance. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a balance. Even with boxers, if they throw too many punches and you know overexert themselves, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna ultimately, lose the fight, like Muhammad Ali did with the rope a dope. That guy kept on punches. He just kept, and he basically got too tired, and Muhammad Ali knocked him out. So it's the same kind of situation. You got to run this race with patience. It says, verse 2, "Looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds." Yeah, because the Lord, he didn't do anything wrong, but he was numbered among the transgressors, man. You know? And we're not even perfect like Yahawashi, but we should be striving for perfection. We should be detached from this world, man. We should be fully about the Lord's work and his business, just how Yahawashi was. All right, looking forward to the reward, man. Because you're gonna go through shit. You're gonna go through chastisement. You're gonna go through this battle. This race is not. This path is not a easy path. It's a straight gate. It's a path of difficulty. So you gotta be you gotta be patient, man. You gotta endure. You gotta have endurance. I was just meditating on that, like, yo, instead of looking up, like Jake, he be looking up to P Diddy and all these little stupid people, man. You should be looking up to your Howard Shy and the memory that he left, the example that he left, and walking after that. You know, just a short little lesson, something that was on my spirit. Shalom.